So I couldn't quite get all this in the camera. Basement's a little tight down here, so I figured we'd kind of do an introduction down here. Just picked up the Jet 1632 sander, the drum sander. I'm getting ready to start doing a bunch of end grain cutting boards, and then also just trying to boost my productivity with sanding, so this should save me a ton of time. I'm going to take you for a quick unboxing and also a slight assembly. Try and get as much of it here on film as possible. So yeah, here we go. It came in 2 boxes. There is a 2-part box. I did also get the infeed and outfeed tables. That way I can try to get a little bit more support. I do have, you've seen some of the clips, the DeWalt planer, and I do wish I had the infeed and outfeed tables. I did end up just making some melamine boards for the kind of the plate. So these are just the infeed and outfeed tables here. Set these off to the side, will probably be the last thing we put on. If you do plan on picking this up yourself, the drum sander itself weighs about 150 pounds. So just think about that when you're bringing it into the shop. I did not, and it made it really fun. But so here we go. Like I said, we're going to unbox this. This will probably be the last thing we put on. This way I can actually get the thing up and running. I'm trying to get it running tonight. Just try and get an idea what it's like. I do have, I don't know if you can see it in the video, all the way in the back here, the whatchamacallit, dust collector from Harbor Freight. It is highly recommended to run these with some kind of dust collection. They do put off a ton of dust. It'd basically be like sanding 16 inches wide with no collection. So definitely going to want to grab something there. Alright, so that's one box done and out of the way. And I lost track where I put my knife. So we'll use this. Probably making everyone scream using a chisel, but this is kind of a junk one anyhow. So this is what it looks like, the legs. So this would come in, they have it listed as box 2. Everything comes very nicely painted. Looks to be powder coated. I did also grab, Woodcraft had some casters for the wheels. I'm sure pretty much anywhere you pick this up could have those. Like I said, my shop's on the little bit smaller side. It's just my basement, so I need to have pretty much everything on wheels so I can get things out of the way, especially now filming videos, YouTubes and TikToks. Things move a lot down here. The only thing I don't have on wheels, that was probably loud. The only thing I don't have on wheels that I would like to have on wheels is my workbench. But we're looking at adding those here pretty shortly. There's a lot goes into these legs. I've got all the legs unboxed, got some of those boxes up and out of the way. Went through the tool list. It said need a 12 and 14 wrench. I just grabbed sockets, they should be fine. And then a 3 and a 6 millimeter Allen. So I have all the tools sitting out over here. I'm going to wait to get this out. That is the 150 pound actual machine. So we're going to have to figure out how to do that by myself. So I kind of want to come back. We'll film these now. I got them all packaged. And it'll probably be a bit more of like a kind of a time lapse. That way I can just kind of power through all this. So now we're going to put the infeed and outfeed tables on, then we'll make sure everything is nice and level. Okay, got tables on, got the supports on. The instructions say when you set the table to have it a little bit lower than the belt. That way anything coming in or out, I guess it's backwards, it can just kind of fall onto the conveyor or fall into the conveyor. That way you don't cause anything to bind. So it recommends grabbing a straight edge. These are cauls that I've used for various other glue-ups. I know that these are very straight. So I'm just going to kind of use these as my guide for the time being. It's just like setting up the tables on the infeed or outfeed of a planer. It doesn't have to be a whole lot different, just so it's different enough. Okay, so I got everything set up. Like I said, I got my dust collection on. Here's the sample piece I'm going to run through. It's got some saw marks, some burns. I believe this is some ash left over from a table that I recently made. So yeah, it's going to get a little loud, so I'll turn the volume down. I'll probably play some music over it. But yeah, so I'll kind of give you guys an idea what it looks like and how it works. So here you can see, just a couple passes. I got rid of all those real deep burn marks. Up top here, there were actually saw blade marks still. It was pretty deep. This is a pretty rough cut piece. That's why I had some actual like saw blade marks. But yeah, it works really well. It does leave like the normal drum sander lines. I'm not 100% sure what grit comes on it, but it definitely seems pretty aggressive. I'd say probably about 80. But I guess if you're flattening things, that's kind of what you're looking for. It wouldn't take much to come back through with either 80 or 100 grit or 120 grit with your oscillating sander. Just wipe out those lines real quick. But yeah, other than that, I did also pick up the big old eraser. This big old block. I definitely want to grab something like that, try and rip this stuff off then. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick introductory, show you how all it's made. And yeah, other than that, all my other socials are linked in my YouTube. I'll have my Etsy store linked as well. That way you can check out some of the things that you see being made here. It's mostly cutting boards. I do make some tables here and there, but they're normally custom order or for family members. So yeah, thanks again, and have a good one, guys.